Sunday, Senator Kamala Harris, who has been cribbing Bernie Sanders' cheat sheet in order to position herself for a 2020 Democratic presidential run, tweeted out her feelings on the possible restructuring of Medicaid under the Senate health reform bill. She tweeted, quote, "Americans won't lose their health care. It's not like we left it on the bus. The Republicans are taking it from us. Don't take our stuff." Needless to say, this is imbecilic. Kamala Harris is right. Nobody will be losing their health care. They didn't leave it on the bus because it's not a physical commodity, and it was never their stuff. Those on Medicaid had a grant from the government taken from redistributed money to help pay for their health care, which they obtained by pressuring doctors to provide it at low reimbursement rates. It wasn't theirs any more than unemployment benefits are yours, or welfare is yours, or any other redistributionist outcome is yours. Healthcare is a series of goods and services that belong to someone else until you pay for them in an exchange, mutually agreed by the two sides. My wife is a doctor. Her labor is not your stuff. That would make her an indentured servant. She has sunk some 9 years of her life into becoming a doctor. 4 years of college, 4 years of medical school, and now she's just completed her first year of residency. That means we spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on her education, and she spent countless hours working away from home, studying, and the like. That work is not yours. It is in Kamala Harris's. The sense of entitlement behind Democratic policy is simply mind-boggling. More importantly, it's actually counterproductive. Declaring someone else's labor yours doesn't make it magically appear. Harris seems deeply concerned about cuts to Medicaid. Apparently, she's unaware that Medicaid outcomes are generally no better than uninsured outcomes, and that doctors are dropping out of Medicaid coverage day in and day out thanks to government's failures. The moment you declare someone else's services yours, they stop providing them. But by invoking that sense of entitlement, Harris merely ensures that she'll increase her popularity. Unfortunately, it is political catnip to tell people that things that don't belong to them actually do. That's how Democrats gain power, even as they destroy the services they supposedly seek to provide. I'm Ben Shapiro. This is The Ben Shapiro Show. Everything is stupid. Oh yeah, that's right. It's another day, another glorious day. And everything is intensely stupid. We'll get to President Trump and the WWE and him playing 5D Hungry Hungry Hippos and the whole deal. We'll get to all of that. And then the media losing their minds and shouting Nazi about everything. I tweeted last week that each night I go to bed and I think things can't possibly get any stupider. And then I wake up the next morning and I think, God, things were so much smarter last night. And yes, indeed, that prophecy has come true, spoken in the book of Deuteronomy and now repeated by me, or paraphrased by me. Everything is intensely stupid. We'll get to all of the very, very stupid things, and we have a plethora of stupid things to talk about. But before we do that, let's talk about a smart thing, and that is Ring.com. So, if you are concerned about home security, as well you should be, because it's an unsafe world out there, the Ring Video Doorbell helps protect your home. So the way this works is that you install it at your front door, people ring the doorbell, and then instead of it just ring the doorbell inside the house, because home burglars like to check if you're home, and then if you're not, then they break in. Instead, it rings to your phone, so you can answer, you can see who's at the front door, there's a camera there, you can answer as though you're home. Ring knows home security begins at the front door, but it doesn't end there, so now they're actually extending that same level of security to the rest of your property with the Ring Floodlight Cam. So just like Ring's amazing doorbell, the Floodlight Cam is a motion-activated camera and floodlight that connects right to your phone with HD video and two-way audio that lets you know the moment anyone steps on your property. You can see, speak to visitors, and even set off an alarm from your phone. With the Floodlight Cam, when things go bump in the night, you will know exactly what it is. Ring Floodlight offers a fantastic deal in home security with high visibility floodlights and that powerful HD camera. Again, with Ring, you are always home. Save up to $150, $150 off a Ring of Security kit when you go to ring.com/Ben, ring.com/Ben. So ring.com/Ben, you get $150 off the Ring of Security kit, which we have at our house. We use it all the time. Ring.com/Ben, and that also lets them know that we sent you. So make sure you use that /Ben when you go over to ring.com. Check it out. Alrighty, so President Trump on Friday, so you recall that on Friday, President Trump tweeted out, or Thursday, he tweeted out about Mika Brzezinski and her bloody facelift. And everybody said, oh, end of the world, it's so terrible. And we said, this is not presidential, this is not great, because it's not, because it's kind of schmucky. So, but does President Trump back off? No, this is a man who fights. He fights! He fights sort of like a boxer punching himself in the face repeatedly, but he fights. He fights sort of like a man who stuffs coins into a sock and then smacks himself in the groin, as Jonah Goldberg says, but he fights! Okay, so there are a lot of people on the right who are saying, oh, he fights and he's destroying the media. No, here's what's happening. He's destroying himself and the media are destroying themselves, and they're both destroying themselves, and America sits over here and laughs because of the WWE. So, on Saturday, Trump tweets out, my use of social media is not presidential. It's modern day presidential. Make America great again. Okay, first of all, listen, we got the slogan, okay? Like, at a certain point, MAGA, 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 it becomes tiresome because your tweets are not making America great again, okay? They're not. I'm sorry, they're not. They may have helped you during the campaign. That's great. Lots of things that help you during the campaign do not help you when you become president, as Barack Obama learned. But I love that it's modern-day presidential. Tomorrow is July 4th, brought to you by such presidents as George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. And now modern-day presidential is this. So demonstrating just how modern-day presidential all of this is, Trump tweets this out on Saturday. This is really, he tweeted this out. Hey, if you cannot see what this is, it is Trump from the WWE when he's in the WWE Hall of Fame. And this is Trump tackling some dude, and somebody, I guess that somebody from Reddit did this. They pasted into the meme a logo of the CNN head, and then Trump tackling CNN and pummeling CNN, clotheslining CNN and pummeling it. So, okay, your first reaction has to be to laugh because it's really freaking funny, okay? It's just... Inherently, this is all insane. We now live in idiocracy, which came half a century too early. It's all crazy, okay? Everything is crazy. We have reached peak stupid. Or, you know, I think that every time I think we've reached peak stupid, it turns out that there's another hill yet to climb. It's Sound of Music, climb every mountain. I mean, literally, every time we reach peak stupid, we look up and there's 300 more feet of stupid yet to surmount. It's pretty amazing. So Trump tweets this out. And tweets out hashtag fraud news CNN. He doesn't want to call them fake news anymore. He thinks fraud news is better, which I don't really know why. But in any case, he writes hashtag fraud news CNN. And then he and all hell breaks loose because the president of the United States has done something deeply awful. So a couple of notes on the deeply awful thing. First of all, his followers immediately go, oh my God, it's the greatest thing that ever happened. It's just spectacular. What a genius. No. Just no. Okay, just no. It's not no. Okay, it's hilarious, but it's hilarious like Dumb and Dumber is hilarious. Okay, I love the movie Tommy Boy. Tommy Boy, my parents think I'm an idiot for liking the movie Tommy Boy. I think the movie Tommy Boy is hilarious with Chris Farley and David Spade. I think it's really funny, but it is not the greatest thing that the love child of Chris Farley and David Spade in that movie is now tweeting from the Oval Office, apparently. Like, that's weird. Okay, it's weird, and it's not great. And again, John Adams once... On the day that he occupied the White House, he wrote a letter to his wife and he said, may none but good and honorable men occupy this office. So in any case, Trump tweets this out and his followers are like, yeah, because it's mean to CNN. Get it? Because CNN's stupid. Stupid. STOOPID. Stupid. And then CNN responds, CNN, they've got to win here, right? I mean, CNN can just sit here and go, my God. My God. But instead what they decide to do is lose their minds. So CNN decides that it is important. They can't just say this is dumb. They can't just say it's unpresidential, which it is. They can't just say it's sort of disgraceful to the Oval Office. I mean, listen, this is not the only disgrace that's ever happened to the Oval Office. Bill Clinton, got his juices spread around the Oval Office. So there have been a fair number of things that have happened in the Oval Office that haven't been great. But is this elevating the discourse? Is this elevating America? Is this good role modeling from our leadership? No, not so much. Okay, but instead of Democrats just saying that, instead of Democrats saying, this is really incompetent. Like, the president of the United States should spend his time talking about important things and bringing the country together, and instead he's tweeting out this kind of silly crap, right? Instead of them doing that, they go to 11, right? They always go to 11 on the spinal tap machine. Let's go to 11 on those speakers. And now it turns out that not only is this just stupid, it's not just stupid and dim-witted and ridiculous and hilarious. It's not just any of those things. No, Donald Trump is a threat to the Republic. So here comes school marm Brian Stelter over on CNN to warn America. Trump is going to come and he's going to clothesline you just like he clotheslined that logo of CNN or something. Okay, all right.
The president is grappling with Senate Republicans who've missed a self-imposed deadline on health care. He's preparing for a stare-down this week with Russian President Vladimir Putin. But on Twitter, he's wrestling with us. Look at this video from his Twitter account this morning. This is a WWE WrestleMania video from years ago. You can see that the CNN logo has been superimposed onto the other fighter's face. Now, this showed up on a Reddit message board days ago. Now it's showing up on the President of the United States' own Twitter feed. The early reactions in the last 90 minutes have ranged from, this is juvenile, ridiculous, idiotic. Oh, wait, no, it's just funny. He's just having fun. Oh, wait, no, it's actually scary, dangerous. We've heard a wide range of reactions to this. But first, CNN's response. The strongest statement I've seen from CNN or any news outlet this year in response to the president's attacks. Quote, "It is a sad day when the President of the United States encourages violence against reporters. Clearly, Sarah Huckabee Sanders lied when she said the president had never done so."
Okay, let's stop it. Okay, so it's just, okay. So, yes, if you watch that video and what you got from that is someone ought to punch Brian Stelter, okay, then you're an idiot. You're an idiot. So, 2 weeks ago, a Trump-hating Bernie Sanders supporter went and shot up a bunch of Republican Congress people and tried to assassinate dozens of them. And I said on this program, the Democrats were not openly calling for violence, so I'm not going to blame Democratic rhetoric for a nut job trying to shoot people. And now, and CNN said the same thing, right? And now they're turning around, they're saying, Trump's going to get us all killed because he tweeted out an idiotic WWE wrestling meme. CNN. So here, it's basically, here's the cycle of conversation now. Trump tweets something stupid, indefensible, ridiculous, quasi-vile. The media then says, it's not enough to say that it's all those things. He's a Nazi, a violent, evil Nazi. Nazi! And then everybody goes, okay, well, I guess I'm not that, I guess, like, if I have to choose between these two people, I guess Trump's tweeting that bad. I mean, like, really, guys? Like, seriously? But the entire media, because they can't help it, they keep looking for the kill shot. And this is the problem, okay? They keep looking for whatever is going to somehow oust Trump from office. And they think that every time he tweets, this is now impeachment worthy, the time has come. And so you get Brian Stelter saying, this is like Hugo Chavez, or Recep Tayyip Erdogan, like the dictator of Turkey, or Vladimir Putin.
Is this president trying to impersonate Hugo Chavez, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, Vladimir Putin?
Hitler?
Because this is exactly the kind of language that leaders use when they are trying to undermine the press.
Is he
of course,
trying
the American
to be
press
Hitler?
is much more free
Stalin?
than reporters in places like...
Okay, shut him up. This is such stupidity. I mean, really, pansy stuff from CNN. And then it continues. So CNN's Jim Acosta, he comes out and says, someone's going to get hurt, don't you understand? Someone will die because Trump tweeted out a meme of himself from a WWE fake wrestling event tackling a logo of CNN. Oh, it's all so stupid. It's so intensely stupid. I've lost all capacity to speak intelligently about something so intensely stupid. The more you watch the news, the more IQ points you lose. By the time, if this continues for another 6 months, we will all be clinically brain dead from losing this many brain cells. It is fully insane. Okay, here is Jim Acosta saying, someone will get hurt. Someone. All right, Jim.
There are two approaches to this. One is we can just sit back and be silent and just take it. There are some people who say, don't take the bait. You're just going to encourage this behavior even more. But I think we're well past that now. I think we're at the stage where we have to try the other.
We're past that. It's too dangerous. We have to. Okay, first of all, you have a third choice, which is to treat the tweet like it is. It's Trump, who's not world's most intelligent man, contrary to what his public thinks, okay, tweeting something that his unbridled, volatile id told him to tweet, and that doesn't mean anything because he's just Trump. And he tweets things. And he says stuff. And by the way, his defenders should say this. This would be the best defense for Trump, is the man just says stuff. Right? He gets up in the morning, and while he's peeing, he watches Morning Joe, and then he gets mad, and then he tweets a thing. And then we all go on with our day, because guess what? Nothing has changed. Has anything markedly changed since January except everything has gotten supremely stupid? Like even more stupid than it was last year? You thought that 2016 was stupid. And then 2017 came along and said, hold my beer. Okay, Martha Raddatz on ABC, she does the same thing. She says, it seemed like a threat to me. It seemed like a threat. I mean, I'm feeling scared and fragile. Okay, as someone who receives death threats on a fairly regular basis, a death threat sounds like someone calling up your phone and saying, I'm going to come to your house and murder you. It doesn't sound like a meme where somebody tackles you. Okay, it's not even a meme where somebody has you in a gas chamber pushing a button, okay? I get hundreds of those, okay? This one is a meme literally of the logo. Like, it would be like if someone took the Daily Wire logo and had Bernie Sanders tackling it. Would I feel threatened by that, or would I just say, this is the stupidest crap I've ever seen? But the media, oh no, we have to play wounded. Well, this is a real threat. It's a threat to liberty. ABC's Martha Raddatz.
He certainly can communicate to the people, but I want to ask you, is that the kind of communication you want, that he's beating up on somebody?
Well,
that he's beating up on the media?
Right.
You're in charge of Homeland Security there. Yep. That seems like a threat.
Yeah, certainly not, though. I think that no one would perceive that as a threat. I hope they don't. But I do think that he's beaten up in a way on cable platforms.
Okay, and then the right responds, of course. We'll get to the right's response in a second, because the right, basically, the left has lost its mind and the right is losing its soul. So those are basically the two things that are happening right now. The stupidest response came courtesy of our friend Sally Cohen. So Sally, she responded saying, "Is there no line? Have you no decency, sir? Ah!"
Let me make a point and then ask a question. So, I actually can't believe this is happening. It was Donald Trump who said that Barack Obama wasn't a citizen of this country. It was Republicans who said he had a Kenyan colonialist mindset that literally questioned his legitimacy to even be in the White House. Had President Obama gone to a veterans event, Kayleigh, a veterans event, and used that event to attack the media, you'd be all over with anger about that.
He got roaring applause.
You got to talk.
Applause
You
for
got
that,
to
by the
talk.
way.
Now it's my turn. So I can't believe you can defend this. I mean, really, is there no? So my question is there no line? Like, if that had been a picture not of the CNN logo or video not of the CNN logo, but it had been Jake Tapper's head he was punching, would that cross a line for you? What if it was a picture of Donald Trump holding a bloodied CNN
Sally,
logo up? Would that? When does it cross the line? When does he cross the line?
When does it? Oh, okay. I have a question, Sally. When does this cross the line? Okay, you tweeted this a week ago. 1 week ago. Quote, troubled Wisconsin man goes on 50-state killing spree. And it's a picture of Paul Ryan. And this is why the right has gone into this routine of whataboutism, which is, okay, well, the media have been doing all this sort of violent threats for years, and now all of a sudden they're very upset. I want to talk a little bit more about this, but first, I want to say thank you to our sponsors over at 5-4 Club. So, if you do not know how to dress well, but you need the help of someone who does know how to dress well, that's where 5-4 Club comes in. 5-4 Club is revolutionizing the way that men shop for clothing. So each month, they send you a curated box of 2 to 3 items handpicked to match the current season and your style. You go over to their website, you tell them what kind of clothes you are looking for, your sort of color palette. They've been helping men with fashion for over 15 years, and they ship to over 100,000 men every single month. They've already sent me a pack, and it is just fantastic. When you look good, you feel good. That is just a fact of life. It's one of the reasons why I have upped my style game with 5-4 Club. As a 5-4 Club member, you receive 50% off items in their online shop and access to exclusive members-only items, free shipping and size exchanges, and their clothing is a lot more inexpensive than if you go to a brand outlet, and they have the exact same designers. Right now, you get $120 worth of clothes for just $60 a month. $120 worth of clothes for $60 a month. You can pause or cancel anytime, no commitments. All you have to do is go to 54club.com right now. That's 54club.com right now, and you enter promo code Ben. They'll give you 50% off your first month package, plus a free pair of sunglasses. So 50% off your first package at 54club. It's spelled out, so FIVEFOUR club.com, 54club.com, promo code Ben. And again, you get that 50% off your first month's package, plus a free pair of sunglasses. All sorts of celebrities use 5-4 Club. Chris Paul, Mark Wahlberg. It's featured in all the fashion magazines. It's really cutting-edge designers, terrific clothing. So check out 54club.com, and then make sure you use that promo code Ben so that they know that we sent you and get 50% off your first month's order. And it is just great-looking stuff. Okay, so one of the reasons the right has responded to Trump's tweet the way they have is because the right looks at this and they say, okay, so in an ideal world would be like over the moon that Trump tweets this kind of stuff? No, but on the other hand, Kathy Griffin, Trump bloody head, Julius Caesar performance, Trump being killed, the CNN coverage with the sort of with the spotlight over Trump's head. You know, there's been a lot of violent, nasty rhetoric surrounding Trump since the election cycle. So what's so wrong with this? And we'll discuss what's wrong with that in just a second, because I think that there is a problem with the general notion. I think there's a problem with the general notion that when it comes to the rhetoric that you use, we are no longer in retaliatory mode. We are now in offense mode. So if the left weren't even doing this, I think the right, a lot of members of the right would be celebrating this sort of stuff. But how should the media really be responding to this? Well, the way the media should be responding to this is the way that David Fahrenthold of the New York Times responded to this. So here's David Fahrenthold. He was on a panel on CNN about this, and here's what he had to say.
David, I also remember President-elect Trump saying that he was going to limit his use of Twitter once he got into office.
He was going to be restrained.
He said, yeah, if I even get on Twitter, it'll be restrained. Does all of this surprise you?
No, not at all. Look, this is dumb. It's a dumb thing to have tweeted. It's not a very presidential thing to have tweeted. But listen, everybody else in the world has learned from this. The foreign leaders that Trump insults on Twitter, the companies that he goes after on Twitter, they've all realized that it's mostly just talk. It's just a guy talking. He's yelling at the screen. He's expressing this anger. And they've begun basically to ignore him. If you look at Macron, Merkel, the leaders of China, companies like Carrier that Trump was harassing earlier on, they've all managed to sort of put it aside and focus on whatever they were going to be doing.
Okay, so what Fahrenholtz says is exactly right. Okay, he's at the Washington Post, not the New York Times. My mistake. So what he says here is exactly right. And this is what the media should be saying. They should be saying, if you're an enemy of Trump, this is what you'd be saying about this tweet. What you'd be saying, if you were smart, is this tweet just shows that Trump doesn't know what he's doing, that he's a volatile dope who goes on Twitter and spouts off and is not advancing any policy, but he's catering to a base of people who are mad and whatever. And Trump's people don't want that to be. So Trump's people are of divided minds. So on the one hand, they want to say, why are you taking this so seriously? On the other hand, they want to say everyone should take Trump super seriously. On the left, they say, we don't want to take Trump seriously. And then they say, but we're going to take him super seriously, like it's a threat of violence. Basically, I have another wrestling gif that sort of shows what exactly really is happening in this Trump media fight. Right. That's actually what's happening here. Because everybody's treating it like Trump is kicking media in the head and knocking them out. And the media is treating it like the media are kicking him in the head and they're knocking him out. Basically, they're both knocking each other out because this is all just insane and stupid. It's just insane and stupid. And one of the reasons, again, that the right is responding the way they are to Trump's tweet is because of the media coverage of other violent rhetoric, right? They've ignored it for years, except when it comes from the right, in which case they declare it the worst thing in the world. There's a representative named Zeldin who is on CNN, and he was being asked about all of this, Congressman Lee Zeldin, I guess, and he was being asked by Frederica Whitfield about Trump's tweet, and she won't let him talk, right? He says, you guys do this all the time, and she won't let him talk. And you wonder why the right is frustrated, guys? This is why.
So what was the message today? What was the message today, then?
I'm not here to defend the tweet that was here that was there this morning. So that's why I'm giving the answer that there's a way for the president to be able to raise his game, but there is it's not a changing of direction, that we all need to do more to be able to raise our game, because while we're here talking about it, you have people in Hollywood making jokes about assassinating the president of the United States, punching him in the face, cutting his head off. You do have people in the media who aren't.
But you're trying very hard not to deal with the topic at hand right now by bringing up these other examples that have already been discussed relevant. Ad nauseum.
And you're trying to shift. No, that is relevant, okay, because that's what Trump always says, right? Trump's entire defense is I'm punching back, which means that the left needs to call out their own rhetoric the same way that they're calling out the right's rhetoric. And the right, by the way, is full of crap also, because the right does this routine where they're very pissed that Barack Obama used a selfie stick in the Oval Office. Totally fair, okay? He shouldn't be using a selfie stick in the Oval Office. It's disrespectful. You can't do that and then turn around and say that this is totally cool, what Trump is doing. And we'll talk about what the Republicans are doing wrong in just a second. But for that, you're going to have to go over to dailywire.com and become a subscriber. So over at dailywire.com, you can subscribe for just $8 a month, and that will get you an ad-free experience on the website. It also gets you the rest of my show live. It gets you my mailbag live, which we'll be doing on Friday. It gets Clavin's show live as well. We have another show that's going to premiere soon, which you will get live as well. So lots of great material if you become a subscriber and join the club. If you want to become an annual subscriber, then you get a free signed copy of Say It So, this book by me and my dad about baseball and fathers and sons. You can check that out over at dailywire.com. Make sure that you lock in your subscription now, because July 10th, the price goes up. So in like a week, the price is about to jump. So right now is the time for you to get that subscription. If you've been thinking about it, it makes a great gift for dad as well, especially the book. And so check that out. Or if you just want to listen later over at iTunes or SoundCloud, then go over there, subscribe, leave a review. We always appreciate it. We are the largest conservative podcast in the nation.